Hello and welcome to another of my pick a card reading. So today pick a card reading is going to be about pick a poem, and the theme for this pick a poem reading is past life lovers. So based on my poem, so there's 4 piles to choose from. So the first pile is this amethyst, and the poem for the first pile is called A Lover History. And the second pile is this clear quartz. And the poem for the second pile is called Relentless Love. The third pile is this orange calcite. And the poem for this is Past Lives. And the last pile is this pyrite. And the poem for this is called Agreement. So yeah, those are the 4 piles and the 4 poems for this pick a poem reading. And I just want to say that this is a reading based on my poem, my original poem, and I feel like it's gonna be more of a story telling between these 2 lovers. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Hello, pile 1. Whoever choose this amethyst, it's so pretty. So today we'll be doing a reading on pick a poem, and the theme for this is past life lovers. Okay, pile 1, the poem you choose is called A Lover History, number 4. I wrote this on the 26th of September 2021. So I think I already posted this in my Instagram if you want to check it out. A lover history. Touches that bring heaven to earth, kisses that kill, then brought rebirth. Love like fairy tales, but end with curse. 2 worlds collide as the universe conspires to bring 2 souls to be reunited once again, as before. Blank slate, but the same core. Recognition will be instant. The eyes will tell past story and tale. A lover history where no matter how long or how far, they find each other inevitably. So this poem is about a past life lover, a lover history, someone who have or feel like they have a history with a lover in other lifetime. So touches that bring heaven to earth, kisses that kill, then brought rebirth. That remind me of Sleeping Beauty in a way. And this song, like I'm hearing this song, the Princess Aurora. What is that called? Once Upon a Dream, I think. It's like I know you, I walk with you once upon a dream, that song. Love like fairy tales, but end with curse. 2 worlds collide as the universe conspire to bring 2 souls to be reunited once again. So they already met and they're gonna meet again to be reunited, but as before, blank slate. So blank slate mean I feel like these 2 lovers won't have the memories of each other. Blank slate mean clean slate, like no appear as when they meet once again, it's gonna appear like they have no history with each other, might not even remember each other, but the same core. The same core as in the same soul, the same soul signature. Recognition will be instant. So I feel like this pertains to love at first sight. Recognition will be instant. The 2 lovers, when they reunited once again, will recognize each other instantly. The eyes will tell past story and tale. So the eyes is how they're gonna recognize each other. I guess eye contact. So these 2 lover, if they make eye contact, look into each other's eye, and the eyes will tell past story and tale. And I feel like the lover history there, love history, past story and tale will come up when they make eye contact, and they might remember some flashes. I think I love a history. The history will flash before their eyes when they make eye contact, where no matter how long I think it's quite a long time, or how far they find each other inevitably. Yeah, it's like they find each other inevitably because I feel like it's a contract. If you still have contract with your past lover, or you have promise or agreed with a significant soul, of course they will find each other again because it is an agreement. So that's what the poem is about. I really love this poem. I wrote it, and when I read it again and again, I really like this poem. It's so, I don't know, it's just so, it feels so magical somehow, and it tells a story as well. So that's your poem, pile 1. You might resonate with that. Next I'm gonna pull this Jane Austen deck to see more of this story between this lover history based on this poem. So let's see what's gonna come up. Oh, that's too much. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you got the 6 of Spades, Queen of Diamond, the Chariot, 7 of Spades, and at the back you got the Hermit, 9 of Diamond. And I'm gonna give you these love quotes. Okay, that's just too much. I'm just gonna take this one that flip over. I was not aware of this feeling you gave me and made me wonder, is this what love is like? So soothing and divine, but so hot and burning at the same time. At the back. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted, and at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright, and the world is somehow shifted. All at once everything looked different now that I see you. So this song is from Disney movie Tangled. So yeah, Tangled, I feel like that dynamic between the main couple, Finn and, is it Rapunzel? Yeah, I feel like that dynamic might be the dynamic you, Taiwan, have with your past life lover. Yeah, this give me a vibe of in past life based on my poem, Taiwan. I feel like the dynamic I mentioned with Tangled, if you watch Tangled, you might know the story. It's like the main protagonist, Rapunzel, she's a princess, but she got kidnapped by a witch, I think, and then she was put in a tower, and then Finn, the other main protagonist, found her in the tower, like a very chance meeting. It's like he was able to, in a way, find her in a tower in the middle of the forest. They inevitably meet, and you could even say escape together. Like Finn helped Rapunzel escape from the tower, and yeah, this gave me with the card a vibe of a little bit of eloping, if you know what I mean. I feel like I'm just gonna use A and B as like a code name for the two lovers instead of a pronoun. So I'm just gonna say A and B, and I feel like you can discern between yourself if you're A or B. So I feel like in the story I see here, as pertain to the past life lover, past life history, A has traveled from somewhere far away to where B is, I feel like A is someone from a foreign land. They love to travel and they traveling. They took a chance on life and they travel from a faraway land. And in that day, that olden day, traveling was a risk, like a risk of life, as in it wasn't that safe. You can get, pirate. The ship might sink. The ship might break in the middle of the ocean. I don't know, but it was a risk to travel so long, and that really remind me of where no matter how long or how far they find each other invisibly. I feel like A has a strong urge to travel from where their home is to somewhere far away, but they might not know that urge was because they were pulled to where B is, and it's very far. And A is traveling to B, where B is, and B is, you could even say, a noble, someone in the higher class, someone who's privileged, rich, wealthy, from a wealthy family, but there might be the youngest sibling. They might be well taken care of. B is, prim and proper and very, that type of class, like higher class, upper class. B is very pretty, very sought after, a lot of suitor, and B never travel in their life. B always stay, they grow up where they are and always been there. They never took a boat or a ship somewhere. They never explore the world. And I feel like, I don't know how A and B meet, but it's a chance meeting, and when maybe in a town somewhere where A landed in the port where B lived, and accidentally they might meet somehow, I don't know, and B might meet, definitely met in somewhere, maybe a town square or something, and they have instant connection. Instant, not recognition, because I feel like this might be your first life together. This is the past life where the connection was forged, but A and B do feel some type of connection instantly, and they feel attracted to each other. I feel like B feel more attracted to A, more of envy A, because I feel like B had witnessed A coming from travel from a ship somewhere, and B might envy that A had a chance, was brave enough to travel. And I feel like B secretly have a desire to explore the world as well, but being who they are, in the family, being, maybe if they're a woman, being the gender that they are, I feel like it's quite, in that day, it's quite impossible to travel like A did, and A met B, and I feel like you guys, A and B fall in love somehow, and Seven of Spades eloped. I feel like ran away together, and I feel like, this really remind me of the Disney movie Tangled. Not gonna lie, it's Finn took Rapunzel out of the tower. They ran away together. He took her to town to show her around, basically, show her around the town square, show her around the village, the city, I don't know. But he show her the world. There's more to the world than her tower. It's just like this B. I feel like that's what happened. A and B eloped together, and A took B around, show B the world, show B places that B never been before, maybe because of B class. It's if you're a certain class, certain status in that time, you cannot just go anywhere. But I feel like A took B out to explore the world. Like, I don't know, I'm seeing took B to a bar to dance. Like, you know, in the olden day, there's a bar and there's a bard in The Witcher, like bard singing, and A and B dancing, and A even took B to farms, to flowers somewhere in the meadow, to the forest. Like, they're just traveling together. Yeah, I feel like A and B traveled together for a long time, and I feel like A even took B when they're together for long. Like, I feel like A and B is together for quite a while, and they had traveled a lot together. And instead of more of like romantic kind of dynamic, it's more of a friendship, you know, like a kinship, like another couple that remind me of this is like Aladdin and Jasmine, but more of like A is showing B the world, like I will show you the world, because they share the same passion for life, they share the same zest, they share the same passion for exploring, for traveling. Like, A love to travel, and A can recognize that B also have that urge inside them, that passion inside them. So A want to help B fulfill that passion, because B remind of A of themselves, like, you and me, we're the same. We love to travel, we love to try new things, going on new experiences, explore town. Yeah, I feel like A and B travel together for a long time, going to different town, different village, even in the forest. And for B, I don't know about the family. I feel like I said, eloping, I feel like B just suddenly up and left their position. B did not explain or tell their family where they're going. But I think B might have tell some like close one or two person to about what they're gonna do. But I feel like B took a chance on life. B took a leap of faith with A, because in a way, I don't think both of them know, but they were waiting for this. As in, A has traveled somewhere far away to get to B, but they don't know that, and B was waiting for A in a way to come and took B away and explore the world together. And I feel like with the Nine of Hearts, I felt like A and B traveled together for a long time, and they had a lot of fun. That's where they forged the history, forged the experience of this particular life as lover, but mostly as friend, as travel partner. And they travel together for a long time until their own. And not gonna lie, I feel like B has crossed over first with illness, but it wasn't sad or anything, because they have already lived their life, they already spent time together a lot, they already travel everywhere, they already experienced the biggest wish in life, which is to explore the world. So, but I feel like B is the person who crossed over first with some type of illness, and A is left alone in their own, when they're like left alone as an own person. But I feel like it wasn't premature, it was like well lived. So yeah, that's the story. And I feel like why this story pertains to a lover history, because I feel like this is where the history is formed, this is where the story begins. So I feel like these two lovers love traveling with each other so much, love exploring each other and the world so much that they promise. I feel like while B is sick and in bed rest and about to pass, I feel like A and B make a promise that let's do it again in the next life. You and me, let's travel again in the next life. We have so much fun in this life exploring the world. We're gonna do it again. Let's meet and let's travel together again in next life. And that's where the love history come into play, because two worlds collide. Is that, like I mentioned, A came from a different world, like they came from a faraway land, and B is in another world, like another status position in life, you could say, and they're very different. A and B is very different, like different gender, different status, different skin color, even different culture, but one thing that they have in common and that connect them instantly is their passion, zest for life, and their urge to explore the world. And yeah, and this poem is a clue on how A and B will meet each other again in this life. And I feel like in this life the clue is in one person. In this life, one person is coming to another person. I don't know which one you're gonna be, but A is gonna travel to B, and they're gonna offer a leap of faith to B, like, come with me. Do you want to travel the world again? It's like history gonna repeat itself, but of course in this modern time, not in the past. In this particular lifetime, traveling was a risk. Getting on a ship is a risk. It wasn't safe. You're risking your life, and it wasn't. Yeah, but in this lifetime, in modern day, in this day and age, traveling in a ship, in a boat, is not that big of a risk. So, but it's still a leap of faith for someone who never explored the world before, who never left their like hometown, who never left their country, for example. Someone who grew up. So I don't know which one you're gonna be, A or B, but there's one person who's never leave the country, who always who hasn't explored the world as much as they would like. So part 1, that's the story between past life lover based on my poem. And next, I'm going to give you this whisper of love to say how you can recognize each other. Oh, okay. 14, ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. This reminds me of the movie Tango. In the scene where Finn broke into Rapunzel's castle, and I feel like Rapunzel had asked Finn for help by asking him to show her around, to take her on, like, to take her out of the castle to explore the town, explore the world. I think, yeah, it's like the clue is how can you recognize each other is, I feel like either you or your person gonna help each other in a way, in some way, specifically in moving location, as in one of you will have a big part to play in helping to move either you or your person. So one of you gonna be the one who play a big part in the other person moving, either moving out of the country or moving location, relocation, or moving to another city, state. It doesn't have to be a country. It's just moving in general. Your past lover will place, your past lover or this person in this life will play a big role in how you relocate your home, relocate where you live. I feel like it's not you. I feel like you might be the one who needed help with the relocation, and your person, your past life lover, gonna be the one who extend their hand, their help, and play a big part in where you're moving to and why you're moving, and they're gonna be a big help in that. So if I can give an example. So example is like, if you met, then you will be the one who move to where your person is, and I feel like you're not from the same place. As in, for example, your person might come from another country, but they travel to your country, but they have to go back because that's where they live, and you're the one who have to move from your country to their country. So yeah, something like that. So that's how you're gonna recognize that you were a past life lover with your person. If the story repeat itself, like this kind of story of someone coming to you to basically take you away, like willingly moving to another place that really far away. I feel like the place you might move to is gonna be like other side of the world, like really far away, very different culture, different way of living, different style, and it's gonna be like a leap of faith as well. And yeah, that's just the story of this lover history and how it might, relate to this lifetime as well from this poem. So that's it. That's it, part one. I hope you enjoy this little, you can even say, storytelling. I just want to, like I said, incorporate my poem into tarot and see how it goes. And the theme, past life lover, is something that I was called to do. And so if you feel like you got a past life history with a lover, a past life connection in any way, I hope this reading can be a confirmation to you and an acknowledgement in any way. So yeah, that's it, Pi. One, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Hello, Pi. Two, whoever choose this clear quartz for past life lovers and the poem Relentless Love. Today reading is about a past life lover according to my poem, and the poem you choose is called Relentless Love. Okay. Relentless love. Even between this and past life, I still couldn't find it in myself to forget you. My feelings run too deep past timelines. It all come rushing back. Just one look from your eyes. I did not remember, but I have never forget your kindness, your sweet voice. That smile that would revive my soul. Tale as old as time. But loving you has kept me calm. And now I can't find the answer. I know I was looking for you. My relentless love, the undying adoration, is the clue. Wow. So this poem is so adorable. In between this and past life, I still couldn't find it in myself to forget you. So between these two lovers, they might have a feeling of like they can't remember something, or they're forgetting something in this life, but they might not know that what they're forgetting or trying to remember is their past life connection, their lover. And my feeling runs too deep past timeline. So the feelings, the emotion, you could call it love, is transcend through space and time, and it all come rushing back just one look from your eyes. Another one as well, love, maybe not love at first sight, but when these two lovers make eye contact, look into each other's eye, it all come rushing back, like the memories. But I did not remember, so the memory come rushing back, but they still don't remember, but I have never forget. Your kindness, your sweet voice. So one of the lover is very kind. They have such a nice voice, nice smile that would revive my soul. Tale as old as time. But loving you has kept me calm. The love have kept this particular lover calm. And now I can't find the answer, and I was looking for you. The answer is not. The answer is the person. My relentless love, the undying adoration is the clue. One of the lover really adore the other one here, and how would they know that the one they fall for is their past life lover? Is that how much they adore this person? So it could be you or your lover. So the clue is in the unreasonable adoration that you, the lover, have for each other. It's like there's no reason for me to adore this person, but I do. It's because it was a past life feelings. In the past, when these two lovers have a past life together, they must really adore each other, so that in this life, the two lovers, that particular feeling is revived, but they don't know why. It's like, that kind of feeling where you just like this person, or you're just comfortable with this person, but you don't know why, because there isn't a reason why you should be comfortable with this person. Maybe you don't really know them that well, but you just feel, how you feel without a reason. So that was the poem. Next, I'm gonna use this Jane Austen deck to see the past life story between these two lovers in accordance to my poem. Oh, okay. So you got the 10 of Pentacles, is that a space? 3 of Club, 3 of Club, and 5 of Space. And at the back of the deck, you got the 5 of Club, the Devil. And I'm also gonna give you these codes. This love code. Okay, that's too much, but I'm just gonna take it. 3 cards. Because if you're not sure about anything, be sure of only this. I love you and you're my everything. That's from my poem. I'm gonna put it here. And this, the promise you asked for will always be kept with me. You'll always be safe, my everything. So this is my poem, and it come up twice for you pie too. So I may read you this particular poem because I haven't posted. And this one. If I could take your pain and make it my own, I would. I would take it all from you. I love you unconditionally. This is also my poem. So, and at the back is, she asks, you are in love, what does love look like? To which I reply, like everything I ever lost, come back to me. Wow, this really go with the poem. It's like, the poem is like, I still couldn't find in myself to forget you. I did not remember, but I have never forget. So by 2, this is a past life story between 2 lovers. So I'm just gonna start what I see here. And to be honest, this one might not be a happy ending one, or even a happy start, even though the poem is very nice and cute and adorable. But the story here is, I see a third party situation, and yeah, with the devil as the overall, it's like I'm gonna use A and B instead of pronoun. So A and B between these 2 lovers. A is simply married and have a family with the 10 of Pentacles. A is married. A already have a partner, and they might even have a child with that person, a perfect family. But it looked perfect from the outside. It looked like they have everything, and they might even be wealthy as well. Like in that time, the lady of the family, like they own land, they have very big mansion. They're doing well. Like 10 of Pentacles, like you have everything. you could think of in the 3D: family, estate, house, home, money, wealth, health, even look. You have everything. But I feel like even though A seemed to come up that way, I feel like A wasn't satisfied. A was still looking for something. They're still searching for something, for answer. I couldn't find the answer in the poem, so I don't know why, but their soul doesn't feel complete. Even though 3Dly everything was perfect, but their soul feel like they're missing something. Maybe even someone, even though they're already married. So what A was looking for was B, and B is a work in progress. B is so different from A. So when A come up as someone who have everything, B is completely the opposite. B come up as someone who is a work in progress, as like they don't have everything. They come up as someone who is still searching for, is still looking for something stable in their life. B doesn't have a stable income. Even B doesn't have a stable home. B doesn't have even a stable, long-lasting connection or relationship. B is really opposite of A. B doesn't have, like from the outside looking in, B is so lacking in the material because maybe they don't really have a permanent or even good living situation or space, or not a stable income, like totally opposite from A. But one thing that B have is their soul, as in their soul wasn't lacking. Their soul was full of life. I feel like B was a person who was doing something of their soul, like following their dream, following their soul. That's why their lifestyle is kind of come up like lacking materially, because B was like following the dream, like particularly, like for example, specifically in the music industry, as in they also might not be from like a wealthy place. In fact, I feel like B is from like really low class, like poverty line kind of sector of town, of where they come from. Like they didn't come from much, but they have a dream, and I feel like B is pursuing their dream with, for example, if it's music, then they're playing, like you can see the violin in the street for like money, for coins, for change. And they have a dream. I think B have a dream of some kind that close to their soul. Like for example, maybe B have a dream of performing on stage for the world to see, making music for the world, or becoming famous. And they are doing that, pursuing their dream at a cost of, stability of life. Like the price of pursuing their dream for B is comfortability. Yeah, B was doing that. Like for example, B would go to the street and perform the music, sing, I don't know, playing instrument, and they were fulfilling the soul. I feel like their soul was so passionate. And B have quite a talent, like they're very talented, specifically musically, very talented. But luck wasn't on B's side, as in they might have fought for that for a long time for their dream, because I feel like it wasn't going anywhere. It's like it was hard for B to make a living. Yeah, A and B might meet in a public space. I really don't know how they meet, but A might meet B, while B was performing in the street, in stage, whatever. And B met A definitely A met B definitely when B was performing their soul. Performing their song or something, like was showcasing their talent, their dream in some way. And A stubborn upon B in some way, and they had witnessed B like performing their talent in some way, and I feel like that's where the meeting is A clock, as in A noticed B and their immense talents, and that's how A fell in love with B, and that's where A feel like they found what they're looking for. Like, this is what they're looking for, their soul. And A recognized that in B, their passion in life, their dream, their forgotten dream even. So A met B in some way and found like this is what they're looking for. And I feel like that's where in B start a relationship. I feel like A approached B and they have a connection and they form a relationship, but I feel like B did not know that A is married, and A did not make clear to B that they are married. And I feel like they have a lot of physical chemistry, and it's like very passionate. Like the connection is instant. They have a lot of chemistry in physically, and B have a lot of chemistry spiritually, emotionally as well, because I feel like inside both A and B are artists at their soul, and B like express that side of them so freely, but A doesn't. So I feel like A was looking at B like an expression of their own soul as well. In a way, A had hidden that side of them, the artistic, passionate side of them. So they're kind of repeating that with B. Like A is, in a way, having a hidden secret relationship with B, just like how they're hidden and put away and make secret of that side of them, that their artistic side. So they just like project that in the 3D with B relationship in a way. And I feel like B is not like completely clueless. I feel like B kind of know, like instinctively inside they know that A is not completely single, but I feel like B doesn't really care, or even if they feel guilty, they still feel like in denial about it, because the chemistry is just so strong. And I feel like for A here, yeah, the chemistry and temptation with the devil is so strong. Like the connection is so instant, so strong, so irresistible that both of them just can't help spend a lot of physical time together. And for A here, and we can come back and describe about A life, A family with the Five of Club here. I feel like the reason A sought that kind of thrilling relationship with B is because their marriage is not fulfilling emotionally, physically, like none of it, not fulfilling in all areas. And their marriage partner is so different from A. There might be someone who's in a way make A life miserable. Like in the outside they look like a perfect match, they even look good together, but in reality A marriage with that person is so miserable, it's so unfulfilling, make them so trapped in that marriage. But that's not ever an excuse for A to be with B. But to be honest, the betrayal wasn't one side, as in the betrayal of A here with B is not one-sided, as in A marriage partner also is cheating on them in a way. So it's really bizarre, it's really weird. So this marriage, A marriage, is really weird. It's like it looks so perfect, but in reality both partner is cheating on each other. And I have a specific dynamic of A and B here in a particular story. It's not completely like that, but this reminds me of dynamic between in Barbie, I think it's the Princess and the Pauper. Yeah, it's the Pauper one. Erica and Prince Eric. That kind of dynamic. So it's not exactly like that, but this remind me of, like, in that Barbie movie, Erica was poor. She was a normal citizen, but she was following her dream. She was singing in the street with her coins, and Eric was a prince, and he had everything, and he was in an arranged marriage. Yeah, I think A was in an arranged marriage, and they just like wealthy, have everything, but they just surrounded by like people who was shallow in a way. Like a social circle was filled with this kind of people, insincere, vain, only care about the appearances. So that's why it was so drawn to B, who's so real, who's so raw, who's an artist through and through, and express that without. But this relationship couldn't gone far or long. The truth will always come out, and I feel like, let's see. Oh, the Lovers. It was okay. Let's see the ending then. I really like that the lover is under the devil. Let's see. Okay, of course, how the relationship started wasn't ideal, and like literally cheating is not a way to start a relationship, but I feel like in this particular time the ending is quite happy ending. But the relationship between A and B is quite genuine, and in a way A and B relationship is quite unrecommended, but the love between them was real. Even when that is going on, the respect is there. Weirdly, B respect A position and their life, and A respect B dreams. And I feel like, yeah, this reminds me of the dynamic between Erica and Eric in Barbie, the Princess and the Pauper. And you can see at the end they have to be separated, go their own way, and I feel like that's what happened. So in summary, I feel like the relationship between A and B ended in like defeat with both of them, as in, we cannot do this any longer. It's not going anywhere. Of course, it's a hidden relationship, and A is obviously married, so they decided to go their own way. B decided to, I feel like, travel or skip town or go somewhere to pursue their dream, or they might have been offered some opportunity B regarding to their dream, so they take that, but they have to go somewhere far away. And A accept that. A accept like this couldn't go on. This has opened their eye to how they were living, how their perfect picture perfect life wasn't actually giving them happiness. So A, from their relationship with B gave A the courage to finally become honest with themselves and look and finally listen to their heart, and that their marriage with their partner has to go. And yeah, I just want to condense it down a little bit. I feel like A and B has separated for a while, years, 3 years minimum, but I feel like it's a happy story. I feel like they are reunited eventually, and they marry each other, like with the lover you can see here. So when they reunited, A is single. A had divorced their partner. A had incorporated their artistic style into their life and become less, prim and proper, become less become more expressive, and B has finally come into their own. They have a stable, you could say, not a stable, their dream had come true. They had become, a famous singer, or they had stable income, house. They became someone prominent as well. B, they came into their own. They become respectful. B, is in that position in life where there is stable, like stable income, stable job, stable life. And that's where they meet again, and the story begin again. You could even say a new beginning between them, where they start a relationship with each other, but right this time, as in doing it the right way, as in both are single and both are not seeking or being with each other because of temptation, but because they love each other. Yeah. So I feel like that situation with the third party was kind of a fated event for, in a way, for A to reevaluate their life, and for B to, in a way, develop some self-respect, a little bit of confidence, and like, do I deserve this? That kind of reflection of themselves. Every situation serves a purpose, and I feel like that situation served its purpose, and the ending was a great ending, honestly. Like with the Barbie movie the Princess and the Pauper, at the ending, Erica came back to Eric and they marry each other. Yeah, but it took time, and it took a lot of, like, they have to find themselves separately, and they have to spend time with themselves and really get intimate with themselves, A and B, so that when they come back together, it's not impulsive. It's a decision. It's a well-made. It's not impulsive. It's not like, let's rush into this. No, it's like well-made decision, well-considered decision. That if I pick you, if we marry each other, it's for the long haul, and am I fulfilled by you? And I feel like, yeah, both of them picked each other and decided to be with each other for the right reason. Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, that was a roller coaster ride. And that's it. Pie 3, that was the story between two lovers in the past life. So I'm gonna give you this Whisper of Love deck to see how you can recognize each other, how these two lovers can recognize each other in this life, how these two lovers can recognize each other in this life. Okay. Number 12, 3 and 6 might be your number. So have faith, trust your faith in this situation. Wow. Blue butterfly might be a symbol. So I feel like how these two lovers can recognize each other is definitely butterfly symbol. This remind me of, like, with this butterfly as balloon, this remind me of this quote. If you let go of something, when you let go of something, if it come back to you, that means it's your, or what's your will always come back to you. So I feel like that is really how these two lovers will recognize each other, is that, so just for example, pie 2, if in this life this two lover is repeating this kind of dynamic where, you know, third situation where one is married, if this has repeat, or the situation is heading that way, or the dynamic is kind of similar, where one is stifled in their life and the other is passionately pursuing their life, how they're living their life so differently. So if these two lovers in the modern time, in this time, is repeating that dynamic, and if they are in a relationship, if the two lovers decided to be in a relationship with each other, but the ending is like they have to let go of each other, it indicates that that's two lover is a past life lover from the past, from this particular time, because what you will always come back. It's like they have to be a new beginning with them. This past life lover that meet again in this modern time, they have to recognize that how they begin a relationship with each other is, it shouldn't be from desperation. It shouldn't be from desperation to get away from their own lives, or the decision should be from love, not fear. So how these two lovers is gonna recognize each other is like, if these two lovers start a relationship with each other from anything other than love, then or proper way, then that's a big sign that they have history, they have a past life before, and they're repeating history. Yeah, this reminds me of your sweet voice. Sweet voice in B is very musical. They might sing. Yeah, like B may be a singer or they have such a sweet voice. 2A. And yeah, how they recognize each other is if the lover and B in this time have to have a lot of faith in the relationship, as in the relationship tests their faith a lot, as in, is this gonna work? Is this my soulmate? Is this supposed to be my partner? Faith in the situation, faith in the divine. How A and B can recognize each other in this life is like they get tested a lot in their faith of the relationship with each other. Okay, number 12. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. When we honestly believe things will work out, our faith will confidently see us through. The angels are with you, and divine support is something you can have complete faith in. Simple truths will give you the answer you are looking for. Love is an act of faith. It can be challenging to move forward when you aren't sure what the outcome will be. Stay present with whatever is in front of you right now. Your competence and ability may provide the calm and confidence you need to keep going. You may have doubts or fear when you take a step forward or make a decision, but faith gives you the courage to continue. Even setback can impart valuable knowledge, experience, and positive. A fairy holds onto ribbons attached to a multitude of butterflies and is hoisted into the air. Butterflies usually signify transformation is taking place. It can also be a symbol of your soul or the essence of who you are. Just as the fairy safely and confidently float over the expansive landscape below, you will move calmly through the situation at hand. Remember, a little faith is all you need right now. Yeah, transformation, as in how does the two lovers recognize each other in this lifetime, is that they're gonna have a premature relationship with each other, and it's gonna end and in separation, but they will meet each other again, and that relationship will transform into something more solid, something more stable with a strong foundation. So that's how A and B, the lover, can recognize each other in this life, is that if they have that kind of relationship already or will. Okay, part 2, I forgot to give you this poem. My Everything, since you got it in the quotes. So, in the quote deck, this poem is called My Everything by me. Head on my shoulder, take a rest, my dear. It's hard right now, so difficult. But you have me through it all. I cushion your every fall. Pat your head and take your hand. I say I'm proud of you as many times as you demand. The promise you asked for will always be kept. With me, you'll always be safe. You have my protection. Do not worry or fear harm. Do not need to cause for alarm, because if you're not sure about anything, be sure of only this. I love you and you're my everything. Yeah, I feel like the two lovers have each other, A and B, is what gave them both the courage to transform their lives, their individual lives. Like A had the courage to finally face their unhappy, unsatisfied life, and B had the courage to take that opportunity that they always wanted. So yeah, that's it, part 2. I just thought I read you this poem as well. So part 2, that was the lover tales, or a past life story between lovers in relation to my poem. I just want to incorporate my poem into tarot, and the theme was past life lover, and I hope you enjoy that. And yeah, that's it, part 3. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to read more of my original poetry, you can follow my Instagram below as well. Bye bye. Hello, part 3. Whoever choose this orange calcite, so pretty. And the poem you choose was number 48, Past Lives. Okay, past life. It seemed I got amnesia about this life, but I can still remember the lingering touch, the sensation of my head on your chest. You loved my curls. We would sleep under the star, like to be witnessed by something bigger, like to declare to the universe that we're lovers. It seemed I have forgotten you, but I did not forget how it feels. Even century and still, your name is at the tip of my tongue. Your gaze sear into my mind. My confusion on who I'm waiting for, calling for, missing like a limb. Even though I don't remember, but I can't forget someone that used to be mine. Wow, so romantic. So I'm gonna use this Jane Austen deck for a story, a past life story between these two lovers. So, based on my poem, based on this poem, past life. Part 3, all your cards flip over. They did not fall down for some reason, but that's alright. The card you got was fifth of diamond, 5 of diamond, the Hierophant, 6 of diamond, wow, and King of Space, the Emperor, King of Space, and at the back you got the 10 of club. Next, I'm gonna give you these love quotes. Okay. Oh, 5 of diamond. Oh my god, that's the same card. So at the back, all that you are is all that I ever need. This is a song by Ed Sheeran. Wow. I don't know what song though, I forgot to write the title, but one of Ed Sheeran's song. And oh my god, that's so weird. You got 2 5 diamonds. That's 5 of pentacle. 5 might be significant. I know from that first moment we met, it was not love at first sight exactly, but familiarity. Like, oh hello, it's you, it's going to be you. So this is a quote from, I think, from Pinterest. So part 3, I'm just gonna start reading the story between these two lovers in this particular past life. So I'm gonna use A and B instead of pronouns, so between the lover A and B. So in this particular past life, I feel like there's a slight theme of enemies to lover in a way, because I feel like on the first meeting between A and B, both elicit such a strong feeling within each other, even if that is dislike. Okay, I have a particular dynamic that comes to mind that might explain this dynamic of A and B better. Is in the Bridgerton in Netflix, the dynamic of Anthony and Kate. I think in season 2, Kate and Anthony dynamic. So they're like really, enemies to lover dynamic in a way. So yeah, in this particular past life, A and B have that kind of dynamic. I feel like they're very intellectually connected with each other. I feel like they might meet each other in a social group, like society event, social group, where they might have familiar friend group, or they run in the same circle. Like they might have the same friend of a friend, like this giving me joining a same club kind of thing. Like, and they might met in a group setting, like I said, a group of friends. And this remind me of like educational with higher educational place, like a college educational place. So I don't think this is as far back as timeline as the other, but it's a timeline where man and woman of gender attend the same college, like they can attend the same college and the same class. So yeah, I feel like A and B here met in that particular setting. Maybe they're in the same class, and right away they intellectually connected and challenge each other. I feel like just like Kate and Anthony in that dynamic, they banter back and forth. They have strong feeling toward each other, even if it's dislike. They have a lot to say about each other and what. Yeah, like it's obvious to people around them that they just do not like each other, but they do have chemistry intellectually. Like A is able to keep up with B, and B is intrigued by A, and vice versa. So they just elicit a lot of strong, intense emotion with each other. And yeah, competition, like competitive side as well. I feel like they're very competitive with each other. I feel like naturally and B is a competitive type person, very confident, very sure of themselves. And I feel like when they find themselves with each other, they always in a competition with each other in a way where it's like a running joke with the group of friends. It's like, oh, they're at it again, they're like competing again, they're bantering again, they're fighting again. And that could be A and B unique way of flirting in a way. Yeah, it's a location of education, of with the hyphen of organization, somewhere you learn. And yeah, they may have this kind of competition, like intellectual competition of who can get the best grade in class, who asks the best question in class, who can answer most of the question in class, something like that. It's like a very, they love competing with each other. I feel like, yeah, for A and B, they might not know it, but competing with each other is a love language, and it's like harmless competition. Like I said, like who get the best grade in class, who was the top of their class, something like that. Nothing harmful. And yeah, with the number progressing 5 and 6, it's like this has gone on throughout, if it's in college, like throughout the semester, throughout the years, throughout their time together in this institution. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like really reciprocal. It's like it's not one-sided at all, not one-side comparison or admiration or competition. A and B are equal in terms of everything, in terms of intellectual capacity, in terms of the need to win, in terms of banter. It's like very equal in each other. It's like one does not lose to the other. One does not the upper hand, and both are very independent individual, A and B, and both are passionate in their field, their own field, and both are quite popular as well. A and B are quite popular. Think of a popular kid in class where there are a lot of suitors after them. Both A have a lot of suitors after them. B also have a lot of suitors after them, a lot of admirers. But I feel like A and B does not really care because they only have eyes for each other. Even if they might deny that it's romantic feeling. This really reminds me of Kate and Anthony in the Bridgerton. Like, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a game of chicken in a way. Yeah, it's a game of chicken of who would, yield first, who would admit first that this, like A and B, between A and B is like a game of chicken of like, who's gonna admit that they like the other person. It's like, would A yield, would A admit and go like, accept the fact that, oh my god, I like B, like all these years that I've been, in a competition, fighting or bantering with them, it's because I like them, I'm in love with them. Or is it gonna be B who gonna admit that? I feel like it's like a game of chicken. And I feel like, funny enough, I feel like there's a bet going on around you, like with your friends. I feel like your group of friends between A and B saw it coming, or like kind of know, and they're like betting around who would deal first, who would lose, who would win, who would confess first. But I feel like both of you in this past life did not yield at all. Both of you are so headstrong, very stubborn. A and B, like very alike. Even if you're like opposite gender, you're very alike, and you're very equal in terms of everything, like I mentioned. And it's like both of you is like a mirror to each other. Both of you hate each other, but you cannot deny that you also admire their talent, their skill, their intellectual capacity. It's like a rival thing, rival. You can only be someone rival if you're at their level. So both of you are rival. And the star. I feel like with A and B, both of you didn't yield. But where is the climax? The climax comes from this emperor. I feel like there's an emperor figure who came in to pursue B, in particular, to pursue B romantically and seriously, and very relentlessly as well, as in they're very interested to be in relationship with B, and it seemed like they're not gonna give up, like they have eyes on B. And I feel like with A, when A saw that, they have a competitor. They feel like in the past, where they have all B attention with their bantering, now A feel like their attention is divided towards this emperor figure, the one that pursuing them. So I feel like A noticed this new development, and they don't like it. I feel like in a way they have to come to terms with a feeling and step up, and I feel like in this case A is the one who confessed, because they feel like B is going to be taken away by this emperor. And I feel like that has come as a shock to B, because I feel like B did not see that coming. B did not see that A would yield, or B did not see that A care about them enough to confess. B was confused themselves because they were entertaining this emperor figure, but they wasn't sure 100% that they liked this emperor, but B wasn't like 100% admit that they also in love with A. So it's this reminds me of like ego, that it's like this identity clinging on to like, oh, I would never be that kind of person because that person is so irritating, they're not my type, blah blah blah, they're so headstrong, but they're exactly like you in a way. So I feel like it's that kind of dynamic. So yeah, again with the Anthony and Kate dynamic, it's like past the gender, past the background, past the status, you can see how Kate and Anthony as a person, as a character, they're very much alike. Both of them are headstrong. Both of them are, you could even say, the eldest sibling. Both of them lost loved ones. Both of them have responsibility. Both of them are stubborn. Both of them are confident. Both of them are intelligent. Strip away everything else, they're like exactly like mirror to each other. And I feel like this is what, maybe that's why it's so hard for A and B to admit that they like each other, because they might not like that part of themselves. So yeah, so how the both are together is that I feel like A is the one who confessed, A is the one who come clean, A is the one who yield and confessed to B, because B was slowly being taken away by the emperor. A have to step up and really confess their true feeling, how they feel and what they would like. And I feel like when A did that, it made B think about how they actually feel with A instead of brushing it off or in denial about it. So they both have to come to terms with their own feeling in this situation and determine if they want to be in a relationship with each other or not. And I feel like they do, with the Star as the second half. Both of them have their wish fulfillment. They finally accept their desire, as in accept how they feel and be with each other, accept their own feeling, like, oh wait, I actually like this person, even though I say I don't, even though all we do is fight in a friendly way, all we do is banter and argue. But because of that, it's because I like this person. So I feel like A and B have come to terms with that feeling, with their feeling for each other, and enter into a relationship. Like, you know, Kate and Anthony, once again, if you watch the Bridgerton, you know how complicated and how hard it was for them to be together. So by 3, that was a past life story between these two lovers in this particular time, and I'm gonna give you this whisper of love to see how you can recognize how these two lovers can recognize each other in this time, in this modern time. Oh, okay, that's too much. How these two lovers can recognize each other in this modern time. Okay. Number 40. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Wow. Yeah, dream. This reminds me of that. Yeah, dream as in. Let me go back again to this particular past lifetime. I feel like when a yield, it's because when they imagine the future, imagine the future without B, imagine the future where B married the emperor, A freak out, and A is like, wait, I don't like that. As well as B as well. B has to, when A confessed, B had to imagine the future with emperor, but I feel like B feel like it doesn't feel right. Basically, they both can imagine a future without each other. When they imagine a future, like where they're living happily, marry who they marry, I feel like they see each other in that future. It's like A, when they imagine who they're gonna marry, who they're gonna settle with kids, they don't see anyone else, as in even if they imagine anyone else, it doesn't seem fit. But when they imagine B, it feels right somehow. And I feel like and B in this particular time isn't own anything. I feel like they're in college age, college age, so it's not that own, it's not that an age where you have to settle down. But in that particular time, I feel like it's the perfect age to think about who or what kind of future you want. And I feel like A and B could not imagine the future without each other. So how can these two lovers, A and B, recognize each other in this lifetime? Is that they will see a future with each other right away. Like they can easily imagine a future with each other. Even century and still, I feel like century might be the timeline here, whereas these two lovers formed a relationship century ago, and the two soul is here again, had reincarnated after a century. And yeah, how can these two lovers recognize each other in this life is that the lover will see the future clearly with each other, with no doubt. It's like, this person is who I want to build family with, this person is who I want to have kid with. Is that in their plan? And this person is someone I want to be in my life now and in the future. It's like I cannot imagine the future without this person. That's how the two lovers will recognize each other in this life. It's like so clear. Number 40. When we dream, everything is possible. Avoid dwelling on things that have passed and no longer exist. Everyone has a past that has helped to shape who they are. This history cannot be erased. Accept the past and look forward to the future. Set goals, dream big and create. By doing this, you will eliminate the need to revisit the past. Having a goal helps you to focus on what is important. Setting a goal with a 1-year time frame is a simple way to live in the present. What would you like to be doing or achieving this time next year? Make it an attainable task and work on your dream every day. Once you have committed to your goal, you will find you are more easily able to reach it. Work consistently toward your dream, and you will make steady progress and achieve it much quicker. A woman sits beneath the nighttime sky. The pyramids and crystal castle behind her represent ideals from the past. The structure refers to the past and the things that brought you to this point. The star in the sky symbolize the higher power that guides you. Humans are made of the same energy that made the stars. You have a light inside you. Shine into the darkness and create your dream. Wow, it's so weird because this group got the star as well. So another thing that the two lovers can recognize each other is that they have the same dream, as in the same ambition in life. Like the same dream as in A want to build a business, B also want to build a business, for example, or A want to go into humanitarian organization, B also want to do that. A want to work in the healthcare industry, B have a dream to work in the healthcare industry. That's how the two lovers recognize each other. It's like they have the same dreams and like the same goal that they're going towards. I feel like that's something that was similar in the past life as well, where the two lovers and B also have the same. Another specific one is like A want to be an author and publish a book. B also want to be like to write and want to be an author and want to publish a book. It's like they have exactly the same dream. And yeah, another one is like in the Kate and Anthony example, the dynamic. If the lovers see the future, have a plan in the future that does not involve the other person, it feels devastating somehow. If you haven't watched Bridgerton, in the series, Kate have a plan. She have a goal that after her sister is married, she will go back to India and live as a teacher or educator. I don't remember, but yeah, that was her plan. That was her goal. But I feel like when she said that or imagined that, deep down, Kate kind of know that isn't really what she wants, because the person she loves is not included in the goal. And yeah, It's like that. So that's how the two lovers will recognize each other in this lifetime. Is that they have the same goal, the same dream they want to go towards, and they can recognize each other by how they can see the future with each other quite early on in the relationship as well. Wow, with all this space, yeah, I feel like these two lovers might come from the same star family, as well as if like a specific goal is like if one person, if they want to work in the space sector, you know, like NASA or something like that, B also want to work in that kind of area as well. Like they're interested in the same thing. They would love to read the same kind of genre book. These two lovers love to debate with each other, like I said, intellectually connected. They love philosophy, like they love deep concept, and these two and be a very smart, intelligent people. And yeah, they're like a match for each other, like at the same level, very equal. So, and yeah, the word stimulating come in mind, like stimulating in the brain, in the energy, and yeah, it's never boring with each other. That's how A and B can recognize each other in this life as well. Like being with this person is so interesting. It's never boring. Time flies. We love talking about everything and anything. Okay, yeah, pie tree, that's it. That's the lover story of a past life based on my poem. I hope you enjoy that, and if you want to read more of my poem, you can follow my Instagram below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye. Hello, pie 4, whoever chooses this pie writes. So today's reading is about past life lover based on a poem you pick. So pie 4, if you pick this poem, number 55, called Agreement. I love paying no attention to the law of time and space. Even that can't fully erase my love for your soul. We agreed the time and date to meet again someday. It's a promise beyond this earth, a tie before our birth. We will meet soon, my dear. The moment will be frozen in time. The moon will hold her breath. The sun will anticipate the sound of blowing wind chimes. The tree will sing. Our energy will glow. All the signal and signs toward this union, facilitated by the hands of divine. Wow, this is one of my favorite poem that I wrote. So agreement talk about contract between soul, like soulmate. So in the particular lifetime, two lover make a contract to meet each other again in the next life. So I love paying no attention to the law of time. Their love transcends the law of time and space. There isn't a limit or a time limit, you could say, on emotion. You know how we can feel emotion from the past, even can imagine an emotion we will feel in the future. Like emotion doesn't abide by the rules of time and space, and even that can fully erase my love for your soul. So we agreed the time and date. So I feel like the soul has agreed a specific time and specific date to meet again. This might be referred to divine timing. To meet again someday. Yes, it's a promise beyond this earth. It is a promise, agreement, a contract, a tie before a birth. So it's already written in the star, written in the contract before these two souls are reborn again, reincarnate again in this earth. So they already made the plan. We will meet soon, my dear. So I feel like the time is near and the moment will be frozen in time. So I feel like when these two lovers meet again in their new life, they will feel like time has froze, or time slow down, or whatever that saying is. The moon will hold her breath. The sun will anticipate the sound. I feel like the the spirit or the elements, the nature, Mother Nature herself, is, a witness, can not wait to witness this reunion. So it's not just between two souls that are anticipating of the reunion. I feel like the spirit, the nature, Mother Nature, is also in wait of this reunion as well. So the tree-using energy will glow, or the signal inside toward this union. So signal inside remind me of, so before these two lovers meet again, they will have a lot of signal, a lot of sign indicating the reunion. Like they might get a lot of angel number, like this poem is number 55, I wrote it on the 11. They might get specific sign that point toward that lover of theirs. Like even one thing come to mind, like scent, they might smell their person, their lover scent before even meeting. Or dream, signal inside is like sign of romance coming, or like they might dream of a particular person before they meet each other, like dream of each other often. Okay, so that's the poem, Agreement. So pile 4, that's the explanation of this poem. Next, I'm gonna use this Jane Austen deck to pull out a card to see the story between these two lovers in that particular past life. So based on my poem, so pile 4, this two lovers. Let's see the tale between them, the story, this history. Okay. By 4, you got the Tower, 6 of Club, the Emperor, 3 of Club, and at the back you got the 6 of Diamond. Okay, by 4, I'm gonna give you these codes, these love codes as well. At the back you got this. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our soul are made of, his and mine are the same. So that's a code at the back, and this is what you got. You're here with me in spirit, and even though I do curve your touch apart, we are not. This is my poem. So 6 might also be a sign. Like I feel like the signal and sign that was talked about in this poem might be like, might see a lot of repeating number, 6655, like a lot of angels number to indicate the union. So by 4, I'm just going to start reading the story I see here. So I'm gonna use A and B instead of pronouns between these two lovers. In this particular story, I see like the word love and loss come into mind, but I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles overall, it does have a big ending. I mean, it does have a happy ending. One particular dynamic that come to mind, by 4, you might know the movie Perseveration. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. The new version in Netflix, the one with, what's her name? Perseveration. Yeah, that kind of dynamic. I feel like the story between these two lovers here is that they might be childhood friends, as in they might live in the same town, A and B. They might be like born together, as in, they might live in the same place, the same town, hang out with the same friend. They might be childhood friends, family friends, and they always hang out with each other. In that group of friends, in that place, I feel like it's a small town, small village. It's like this saying, like, we know each other all our life, that kind of saying, between these two lovers, A and B. So they know each other all their lives. They might even be neighbors. And it started as friendship, as in like we know each other our lives. We always is in each other's life. Every milestone, every event, like if it's an event like yours, for example, a sister wedding, B would be invited in that as well. And if there's like short day or like festival, they're always in the same group, hang out with each other. Another time period, it reminds me of this movie called Little Woman. It's like that. It's like the group is always together, and A and B is in that group, and everything they do is with each other, and they grow up together basically. It's like childhood friends. And where is the romantic feeling come into play is that while these are their life, A and B, while they know each other, there isn't any romantic feeling yet, but there is definitely bond, there is definitely familiarity, there is definitely connection there. A and B is friend. You could even say one of their best friend. Like they know each other really well, but something happened. Not between A and B. I feel like either A or B here. I'm gonna call this A. Something might happen to A in their personal life. Like they had to go to a major loss. For example, they might lost a sister, lost a mother, like a very big loss in their family. Big tragedy in their life. Not only they lost their loved one, but they lost the stable foundation with it. Like for example, their father business might also be in crumbling, be in trouble, and everything was going really bad for A in A life. Like they were going through a hard time. And I feel like the only reason A made it out or was able to continue on was because of B and B family and B support. It's like B family, I feel like both A and B have a big family, especially B. They might have a lot of siblings, like sister. And B family, it was a big support to A when A was going through all this loss. Like they have each other back, and yeah, but this tragedy that strike A family has forced A to grow up really fast. I feel like this tragedy happened when A and B were still young, maybe even like late teenagers, like maybe not even 17, 18, not over 20. Yeah, I feel like this tragedy strike A life when A was very young, and they are forced to grow up really fast, forced to take responsibility. Like for example, if A lost a father, for example, they have to step up to take over that position if they're a male in that family, and they have to take over the business, the family business as well. They have to become the leader of their life really young, like unexpectedly. It was out of nowhere for A, and that in a way had jaded A little bit, or has make them feel unstable inside, and make them feel like they have to take life seriously more than usual. I feel like during this hard time, she was there for A lot, and A really appreciate that. And I feel like where the romantic feeling might have blossomed is when during this time where A was going through a hard time, and every time they look beside them, A is always there for them. It's like, for example, if they were busy like learning about their businesses, have to take over, have to train to do the work when they're still young, and they forget to eat or something, I can see that B came in to visit them with lunch and, you know, make them take a break. Like B was always there for A, and I feel like one of these times A had a revelation that, wait a minute, the way they see B change slowly. But I feel like even after that beginning of a revelation for A, something also happened, as in I feel like A had an opportunity or something. They have to travel. They have to take up an opportunity and go somewhere else to establish prominence or fortune. So that's why I bring up the movie Preservation, where the main character, the male protagonist, he like took an opportunity to become a captain or something. I don't really remember, but he had to go on a ship, and I don't know, he had to go somewhere else for his future prospect. So yeah, that's what happened to A. They have to take opportunity on a faraway land, so they have to travel, they have to go away for a really long time. And I feel like this news devastated them both, because I feel like at this point A and B never been separated. A and B is always together since they can remember, since they were young. So I feel like this news really devastated B, and I can hear dialogue, this saying like, do you really have to go? And A is like, it's my responsibility, I do have to go because I'm the head of the family, something like that. So I feel like I have to take this faraway land opportunity, and they have to go. And I feel like it wasn't short either. The length of separation between them was very long. But during this time, I feel like none of them, A and B, haven't confessed to each other. Like, they haven't let known that the feeling they harbor or feel for each other is more than friendship. Both of them haven't said anything, but I feel like A is beginning to feel those romantic feeling, like it's starting to feel different than friendship. And B also, well, I feel like B haven't figured it out yet, but A and B are already so close, but they haven't acknowledged this deep bond yet. I feel like A left without confession, but I feel like A did ask B to wait for them, and B agreed to wait, because in a way, even without them like establishing that they have romantic feeling or any of that, they love each other as friends already. They already have a deep connection, deep bond with each other. And yeah, so A left and B waited for them, and I see both of them writing letter to each other about their lives, about their days, and back and forth. And I feel like during this time of separation, this time apart, is when B finally figured out that their feelings for A is not just friendship. Like, the romantic feeling has blossomed. B have this time of separation to really realize their own feeling towards A, that wait, I really fancy this person, I really like A in a way that more than friend, and I can't imagine them with someone else. I mean, yeah. So they might have this big revelation about A, but they did not tell each other about this. They could still continue the friendship until one day, with the number 16, I feel like it's like 6 years. I feel like it took a long time for them to be reunited again, even in this life, and even in this particular past life. I feel like 6 years minimum when they finally come back. And when they come back, a lot have changed. Both of them have changed. Both of them obviously mature, became older, not a kid anymore. And I feel like when A came back, A didn't tell B because they might want it to be a surprise. But I feel like, yeah. Wow, yeah. 10 of Pentacles, definitely. Oh, look, the lover. Look, another 6. 6, 6, 6. Yeah. Okay. So I'm taking this card as the ending. So yeah, happy ending indeed with Ten of Pentacles. Definitely, yeah. So when A came back, A is reunited with B, and they get to know each other again. Like they get to tell each other about what happened, why both of them are gone, how A is now very established, like the Emperor. They have a position, authority. They have a position of authority. They are stable. They are confident. They are sure of themselves. They are no longer that person who was suddenly thrust into responsibility. Now they take their responsibility like the Emperor. And B became more mature. Even though they became more mature and older, B still have this essence of lightness, like liveliness. Still, like B is still not jaded by life. B is still young at heart, and it's what when A is reunited with B again, A is happy to see that B is still the same as in they're still kind, they're still beautiful inside and out, they're still friendly, they're still open, they're still expressive. Like B is someone that A admire in a way where B is like a source of hope and light for A. Like this lighthouse is like I mentioned, when A was going through a hard time, B was there with their reassurance, with their smile, with their hope. Yeah, I feel like B is like hope for A, like the star for A. And when they reunited again, A was relieved and happy to find that that's still the same, no matter how long they have been separated. A still see B as their hope, their light, and I feel like they get to hang out with each other, tell story about each other's lives. And when they reunited, I feel like there's hang out for a bit until finally both of them confess. Finally, both of them confess their feeling for each other. It's like A and B confess that they feel toward each other. What they feel toward each other is more than friendship. It's romantic, and they want to be together. And B, I can hear this dialogue in my mind. Like B would tell A that I've been waiting for you all this time, waiting to tell you that the word I love you more than friend, confession, and A also feel the same. And I feel like A reply with this sentence, like, thank you for waiting for me. And they came back more confident. And yeah, with this Ten of Pentacles, they obviously married, build a family together, build a stable home together. And yeah, Ten of Pentacles, they enter into a relationship, into partnership. But to be honest, in being in a relationship doesn't change much, as in they already establish a deep bond already when they're with their friendship. So even if they change that status to a romantic partner, it's nothing much really changed except that status and the romantic part. But they already form a deep bond that even time and space, time as in 6 years I can see here, and space as in distant land from each other, is no match for their deep bond. So yeah, that's such a happy ending. I'm glad to see that. And I feel like they did have a big wedding, big beautiful wedding with two of their family together. I feel like I said, they have established a status. They became they built up from that tower moment. They built up wealth, they built up a position for themselves in the world. They're now above wealthy, and but it's they did it from the ground up, because when that tragedy strike, he was put in a position where they in a way lost kind of everything, lost their loved one, lost maybe even if it's a father figure or a mother figure, like a prominent figure in their life, and lost their stable foundation, stable income, even their business. It's like it had gone through a lot when they were just young. So to see them like grow up and come back from that is amazing. And I feel like it would credit their strength, the ability to keep going, to B, because B was there every step of the way. B was there with A through thick and thin, through when they lost everything, and now B is with A when they gain back everything. So yeah, they have such a big, beautiful wedding. Wow. And yeah, they live happily ever after, I would say. So pie 4. Yeah, I feel like it was meant to be from the beginning. I feel like when they finally get together and have a wedding with their family together, I feel like their family, some member of board of their family might even say like, I saw this coming from the beginning, or they always known that A and B always gonna end up with each other because they have such a unique bond. Like they just have such a deep bond with each other. They just get each other. They're like best friend. It's like this kind of dynamic, if you're in a group of friends, right? If A and B is in this group of friends, if they play together, then if that group of friends play a game and they always have to find partners, A and B is always going to be partners. It's always like that in the group of friends. Two people are always going to be each other partner, and that is A and B. So that's why it's kind of obvious for some member of the family from B side to actually see it coming. And this reminds me of the promise to meet again someday. We agree the time and date. Yes, I feel like in this story, when A came back from their faraway land travel, they did agree to meet again. Like A did ask B to wait for them, but they did not agree a specific time and date, but they do agree to meet again, and it is a promise and to meet again someday. And yeah, I feel like when they meet, all the sun, the moon, the wind, the tree, it's like it's like this feeling where you hold your breath until something pass, and then when that situation pass, you like let go of your breath. It's like you feel relief. It's like that when these two are separated. I feel like the world, you could even say the spirit, the universe, hold their breath, and when they finally reunited and meet again in this particular time story, I feel like the world let out their breath. Yeah, this is such a romantic story. So pie 4, that's the story between two lovers, A and B, in this particular timeline. So next I'm gonna give you this whisper of love to see how can these two lovers recognize each other in this life, in this incarnation. From this. Okay, number 45. That's number 9. Be supported. Make a genuine effort to show your care. Wow, this is amazing. These two, an arrow. Yeah, be supported. Definitely, I feel like in this particular story, like I mentioned, B was very, very supportive to A. Like B was there for A every step of the way when they went through a tragedy. It really like they already have a deep bond of childhood friend, but when that happened, it strengthened and deepened their bond even more. B was very supportive to A. So how can these two lovers recognize each other in this lifetime is that I feel like these two lovers can recognize that when one person is going through a hard time, the other is very supportive of them, and vice versa. If, for example, A is going through a loss, like even financial loss, B is there for A, and if B is going through like a hard time, like if they lost their loved one, A is there for B. It's like they're always in each other's life. These two lovers, they're always in each other's life, supporting each other from the sideline. It reminds me of a pure unconditional love where you just want to be there for that person, and that's it, nothing more. You don't want anything from them except to help them feel better. I feel like if that's one clue one clue for this two lovers to spot. Okay, pile 4, I'm gonna read. Be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. Yeah, some extra support and care is all that is needed. Encourage someone and recognize the effort they are making. Being supportive will help create harmony and peace. Just as the angel supports us in all things, be willing to support the ones you love. Find something that interests your partner, whether they are passionate about a charitable cause, a sport, or a hobby. Take an interest in their endeavors. Make a point of showing up and helping out. It is easy to avoid taking part because you don't share an interest or pastime. Learn about why someone is so passionate about what they're doing. This type of support can really mean the world to someone and foster better communication and appreciation. With time, this might be something you enjoy too. An angel with rainbow wings carry a maiden protectively through the night sky. Rainbows and rainbow color signify new opportunities ahead for you. In this card, it means you will find ways to be more encouraging to the important individual in your life. It is always reassuring to know there is someone who supports you. Yeah, another side is rainbow color as well, and interest in the same. Yeah, one more clue that if you can recognize, how can these two lovers recognize each other in this lifetime, is that both of them will be very supportive in each other, like personal interests. Like for example, if A wants to take up painting, B would be down to do it too, and vice versa. If B wants to take up, I don't know, volleyball, to take a class in volleyball, take a class in tennis, I don't know, A would not hesitate to be there along for the ride. It's like both of these two lovers would both be interested in doing in each other hobbies, each other like and dislike. So yeah, how can these two lovers recognize each other in this life if they are in a relationship with this kind of dynamic where both are equally interested in each other personal hobbies? So it's like both are so supportive to each other. These two lovers are extremely like supportive. It's like they go an extra mile for the one they love. Like I said, that specific example that I gave with this past life lover is like when A was busy working and they didn't have time to take a break, B like take it upon themselves to make lunch for them and go tell them to take a break, take a walk with them, and that's like an extra mile to do for someone. Yeah, and I can see that another example in this particular lifetime is like after they marry, if when B show an interest in sewing or in baking or in painting, I feel like A did not hesitate to, buy them or provide them the material they need. It's like, oh, you're into painting, I'm gonna go buy like all the paint that you need from the shop, no matter how expensive it is. It's like that's so adorable. A is not hesitate to be supportive, to be happy as well in this lifetime, in this past life. So I think that's personality trait dynamic carry over to this new lifetime, this modern time as well. So yeah, that's it, pile 4. That was a tale between two lovers in their past life, and according to my poem. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you want to read more of my original poetry, you can follow my Instagram below, as well as if you feel like you have a past life connection somewhere. I hope this reading is reassuring, and if you intuitively feel that feeling, I hope this reading is a confirmation or an encouragement for you, Pi 4. And yeah, Pi 4, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.